When I'm knitting, I'm thinking, here I am. I'm right here. It regulates, it soothes, it has me be awake. So I'm there with the people around me and I can offer the best of myself. Hello, my name is Yewande. Welcome to Knitting the Blues. In this video, I will be talking about the several projects that I am working on or that I plan to start working on. These are projects that just present me with moments of joy and peace. There's a simplicity to them and an ease that I know is hard to come by for many in the times we're in and that I deeply treasure. I had some yarn in my stash. I have about 10 balls of this. This is African Expressions Harmony. This is a local SA Mill product. It's very affordable. It's 100% merino. It's superwash. This is the beautiful brown color. I do think that's quite accurate. It's this deep chocolate. I bought it at a sale last year. And I thought, oh, I'm going to make something. But the yarn pills a bit if you don't hold it with mohair, and I don't love making these expensive garments that you always have to hold it with mohair. I feel like that doubles the price of the garment. So I just can. Then I also wasn't sure about brown. Me and brown, I'm pretty brown as it is. Like, of course, I know brown does work for people who are brown. I don't know. You know me and color. I'm fascinated, and I might get around to making myself something in brown and finding the right brown. But this is not for me. I decided it's my father-in-law's 80th birthday this year. And I had made my mom-in-law, his wife, a beautiful Ashburn shawl in December. So I thought maybe I make him a scarf. And so I looked on Pearl Soho because I know they have such wonderful patterns, free ones. And of course they have this brioche, this beautiful, I'll put the name, I can't remember the name. It's like brioche wrap or scarf. Or I said, let me learn something. And it's simple. It's not a whole sweater. It's just going to be a long, long rectangle. Let's give it a go. My goodness, guys, do I not love this? I mean, it's so, excuse me if I'm so late to the party, but what? Like, I always thought, ooh, brioche, ooh, that's really complicated. Ooh, brioche. Not that I mean, I'm not, this isn't two-color brioche. It's not a sweater, you know, it's not a beanie. There must be, I know it will get more complicated, and I will be doing more brioche. I definitely want to I'm going to do the exact same thing with two colors. Because I think Pearl Soho has a pattern with two colors as well, similar. Brioche, two-color brioche. I'm going to be doing it for sure. And I'll do it in the same yarn. The point is, this is wonderful and it's so comforting. I mean, the joke with brioche is that, of course, it takes long because you're constantly slipping the stitches. So you knit one row, you have to knit two rows to feel like a row or something like that. So you do start and think, well, wasn't I here 5 hours ago, you know? But it does grow and oh, the fabric is just lovely. And I just keep thinking of him in his scarf. One thing I did with the pattern is I cast on a few more stitches, and I wonder if that shot me in the foot a bit. But I worried that it was going to be too thin. In the end, I think it's a very decent width. It could have been shorter, but without too much trouble. But whatever, it's fine. If I need to supplement this with a nice kind of block in the middle, maybe, or towards the end, if I want to make it a bit asymmetrical, I actually think I would get like this sort of color. Right, this is a bag, but I'm just showing you, and I think that might be quite nice. I liked though that it's dark, and so he doesn't have to, the like it's not going to show up dirt really fast, um, and he can just grab it. But I do want it to be long enough, so I will see. Maybe I'll just knit all 10 balls because that's also quite fun when you have one color one side, another color another side. But maybe the other color should probably be like a deep navy. And they have a very nice deep navy in this color. I've made a sweater from that before. African Expressions is just a wonderful kind of workhorse, super, super affordable yarn. And so, and it's South African merino. And yeah, as I say, it might pill a tad, but nothing offensive. I want to make 2 pressed flower shawls. I'm going to do some color work, and I'm going to be knitting in this wonderful yarn. It is, let's see, sorry about it's just a paper bag making that noise. Oopsie. I'm knitting it. I had ordered several of these for my zucchini dress, which I finished and which I have a little video about. And then I had 2 spare, it turns out. And then before, oopsie, when I was just ordering, I liked this papyrus. I kind of liked what it is, and the composition's interesting. It is 77% cotton and 23% silk. It's very soft. I love that it has some silk in it. It's not just 100% cotton. And I'm always interested in looking for yellow. I don't think this is quite my yellow, is it? Maybe it is. Could I do that? Anyway, and then so I ordered their yellow. I don't think they have names for the colors. They have numbers. It's the color 229-03. And I ordered this lovely kind of, it looks to me like cocoa. I mean, look at that. Gosh, it's beautiful. And it's the color 229-24. And I thought I would make one press, I think it'll be enough, one press shawl out of that and one press shawl out of that. And I'll keep one and I'll knit one for a friend stroke colleague of mine. It's a nice small project. It could be interesting learning color work in that way. Mosaic, I think it is. And it's a free pattern. I had promised my sister-in-law a pair of loafers, and I've started making it. I can't even show you a picture. I started making it out of this brown yarn, actually, because I kept trying to find a home for this. It'd been sitting in my cupboard for a year. I thought I'd make something with cables, and I thought I would, but then I thought, oh, but I don't want it to pill, and back and forth, back and forth. And I put this with some red and with a bit, but it was not nice, and so I wasn't picking it up. And she saw me making it, and she was obviously very grateful and was looking forward to receiving. But I said to her, I ripped it back. It wasn't nice. I didn't like the color, and I wasn't working on it. So I said, so now that I've ripped it back, and you can kind of choose, here are some colors I have in my stash. Any of this strike your fancy? Boom! She was like, ooh, I would love something bright, considering it's something I'm going to wear at home and bouncing around at home in winter months. I would like something bright. So I'm gonna, so it's not going to be, it's a bulky weight pattern. I've always knitted and I've always hodgepodged it and pulled things and held yarns together. So I'm gonna hold, this is DK and I'm gonna hold it with this fingering. And these are the colors she chose, but I feel I need to add this also for strength. I don't want it to fall into holes, and I think it fits with her bright stuff. Um, I may or may not swatch. I think I will swatch for this just to really make sure it's a good fit. And A4 away, the loafers, you could do them in a day, I think. Yesterday, I made my son a beanie. Um, and it's autumn here. It's actually a beautiful day, and that's why I thought I'll come out into my garden and sit on my bench. Um, and but it's getting colder, and so he's missing a beanie. His brother has one, but of course he wants one too, and I will make him one as well. And I started my son's beanie. I'll try and put a picture. He's wearing it. He took it to school. Out of this beautiful blue. But this I bought. This is Naughty Habit Knock Your Socks Off yarn. These were gifts. This is beautiful because it's got like stellina. I think my friend he dyed it definitely, and I think he put the stellina in. I stand corrected, and he dyed this as well. And then he dyed this as well. Well, this is the red. I have lots of this left, so I'm going to be making. I'll put some of this. And what am I using this yarn for? I'm going to make the kids leg warmers, like really long, funky leg warmers, and like lots of funky colors. They love that. They're quite colorful boys, which I enjoy so much about them. So we're gonna have a field day, like just mixing and matching, and that's gonna bring me so much joy. I'm gonna knit that. I found a pattern. I'll put the name there, and I'm gonna knit them on DPNs. I love DPNs. I mean, I do magic loop. I do DPN. The only thing I struggle with is magic loop sleeves with lace. That was painful, but I don't mind magic loop at all, and I actually enjoy the kind of the mechanics of DPN. So I'm going to do these in DPNs. These are 4 mil, and that's going to be a ton of fun. So I think I'll actually cast this on if I have a moment today, like this evening. Let's see, because it really shouldn't take long. The problem is I started my son's hat yesterday morning. Today's Monday morning. So Sunday morning I started the hat. Did he not ask me every 5 minutes if I was done? Which meant like, because I thought I would knit other things through the day. No, I knit that hat from morning till night and finished it and handed it to him. I was like, oh my gosh, okay. You can't have a work in progress with the kid, right? They're just like, are you done? Are you done? Are you done? Are you done? How beautiful is that? I feel like that's all I do in this podcast. Do videos of unravels. Since we last spoke, I have committed to my very first test knit. Eva Hancock's, who is a local designer She has the handle, the Crafty Geo, will be releasing a new pattern called the Tough Scarf or Wrap or Shawl. I'll put the proper name here in case I'm miscalling it. And this shawl is kind of meaningful to me because I had the fabulous opportunity to interview Eva some episodes ago. And we talked all about her journey to becoming a knitwear designer. And she's a geologist. I guess we get that from the name, the Crafty Geo. And then she got into, making these absolutely intricate patterns. And all her patterns always have some sort of reference to geological formations or materials, or it's fascinating. She talks wonderfully about it in the interview, so I would recommend you check it out if you're curious. Anyway, this latest pattern she was actually working on technically while we were doing the interview. She just traveled to, I think, to Germany, and she'd picked up some yarn from there, and she liked the quality of the yarn, and she started making this pattern that she felt referenced tuff. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, which is a geological formation. It's a porous rock, I think. And she got this pattern using it's called the Chinese wave. She's using that pattern to make this very beautiful triangular shawl. And then I bumped into her recently at the Yarn Tree. We were at a pop-up yarn event there, and she was there as well. And she had the finished shawl, this time in Knotty Habit fingering merino yarn. And I said, oh, wow, that's the same shawl. And she said, oh, I need testers. And I said, hey, I'll test. And there's many little things coinciding because a dear friend of mine has her birthday. I mean, I think it's today, actually. And she loves red. And I have this red yarn from Knotty Habit. And it's a special yarn because I needed some yarn dyed, and I asked Mincy if she would dye yarn for me, and she does sometimes do that. And she agreed to, and she had to match a certain color that I had that I wanted to pair it with. And she came pretty close, I think. It's this beautiful kind of deep red, and it's got a special name. She kind of named it after the podcast, which I thought was so sweet and generous, and a lovely bit of trivia, you know. But I didn't use it for that in the end, as things go. But I thought it would be wonderful. I have 3 skeins of this, so I would still have 1 left. But Eva's pattern is a kind of a 1.5 skein, and it's exactly the yarn she uses, Eva. So it's nice to, for once, because normally all the yarns, if I'm knitting designers from overseas, most of the yarns they have access to, I don't have access to here. It's kind of fun to be able to make it in something Eva actually made one of her samples in. The other sample is made from Gotland sheep yarn, which is obviously a very different quality to this. But she, being a German South African designer, I guess she uses yarns that in those locations can be gotten. Of course, people knit her patterns all over the world. I think wraps are quite forgiving. Like you could probably make it in a number of different things, just taking into account the difference in fiber and the way fiber reacts. But I think this would be lovely and drapey, and it's fingering, it's going to be quite light. She knits it on a 4mm, so it's quite spacey for that porous feeling. And yeah, I think it'll be a great, I hope my friend would like it. It's obviously not going to get to her today because I haven't even started, but I think knitted gifts have quite a bit of leeway. So I think as long as she gets it within the next 6 months, she'll probably get it in a few weeks' time. But I'm doing this test knit. I'm so pleased to be doing a test knit. I think we have a bit of like a month deadline, and Ava's on hand to obviously, and I've read the pattern and it looks excellent. And yeah, you're going to see me casting on and maybe see as this pattern progresses a little bit, as this object progresses a little bit. I've been enjoying making this and working with this color. It's not quite right on camera, but it's a raspberry color. It's a sweet color. and it's got this undertone of blue. So it's a sort of a cold red. It's a fascinating color. It's a surprising red because I think you expect something much warmer initially. But it's almost kind of a gray red, this kind of blue red. I don't know if I'm making any sense. It's quite a deep color, but if you think of my deep poppy red next to this, then you'd realize, okay, yeah, this is very kind of, and this pattern is just glorious, absolutely glorious. Every Sunday, my family gathers, me and my brother and our kids and spouses and sometimes friends, and I make a Nigerian dish called jollof rice. Thanks for coming along on this journey with me. It's really very meaningful for me and I enjoy it so much. Bye for now.